Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com. Hey, this is Jimmy. Who's this?
Jimmy's President Biden.
Hey. Hey, Mr. President. How are you?
Oh, okay, man. Lower the temperature.
What?
Just lower the temperature of the political rhetoric. Just take it down a notch. It's gone too far. It's gotten too heated.
I didn't say any political rhetoric. I just asked how you were.
Yeah, but it's you. You never say anything without some sort of angle. You can say happy birthday and there's some sort of understood incitement to violence.
I never incite people to violence. Why would you say that?
Because you say things I don't like and I disagree with, and that's the best way to shut it down.
I see. Good to know. Mr. President, we all have a lot of questions about this assassination attempt. What?
Zip it.
Why?
Look, asshole. If you're lucky, in 30 years, Oliver Stone will release a movie about it that answers none of your questions. In the meantime, just lower the temperature. This is a terrible thing that happened to Donald, my good friend Donald Trump.
Yeah, your good friend.
And it would never have happened had the political discourse in this country not reached such a high temperature. But as Democrats, our path is clear. We have two tasks.
Yeah, what are those?
First, out of some misguided devotion to a sense of decency, we have to not only pretend to like Donald Trump, we have to roll over and show our bellies to the GOP like the bunch of sad sack pussies we fucking are.
Yep.
Just be the bigger man and cede the entire election to them.
Yep.
It's the right thing to do. Essentially, we need to stop running against Donald Trump because to do otherwise would be mean and rude.
Yep.
And anyone not falling in line here will be subject to the only weapon pussies like us have at our disposal, canceling.
I see.
Jimmy, we are proud to have as a member of Team Biden none other than the multi-talented Jack Black. As you know, he's been a staple of my fundraisers for some time.
Yeah.
A real cut-up. We love having him around. Not for too long. He's one of those guys who's kind of a lot. But the other night, his Tenacious D partner, Kyle Gass, said something inexcusable on stage that he wished that guy hadn't missed. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
What kind of mind would come up with such a thought? But our friend Jack Black has cut ties with his partner of 30 years, who's the real brains behind that Tenacious D operation. Kyle Gass's agency has now dropped him as a client. The system worked. We Democrats show our mettle not by defeating political enemies, but by viciously kneecapping our own.
That's incredibly spineless.
Makes us feel good.
It's incredibly spineless.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's the second task?
The second task, while we are engaging publicly in this embarrassing self-abnegation, is to quietly turn this assassination attempt into an opportunity for us.
How so?
Okay, let me walk you through it.
Okay.
So we're telling everyone to lower the temperature, right?
You're right.
We're pulling attack ads on Trump, changing our messaging to de-emphasize anti-Trump campaigning. It's a giant pivot. But where do we pivot to?
I almost don't want to know.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty terrible. If you've read articles informed by anonymous sources in the White House, you'd know, Jimmy. Instead of attacking Trump, we will be attacking extreme political speech.
Oh,
the type of heated rhetoric that led to this terrible, tragic assassination attempt in the first place. The exact type of rhetoric we saw in these pro-Palestinian protests.
What? How could you possibly draw such a parallel?
Jimmy, lower the temperature. In fact, I should probably have called these hateful gatherings what they really were. Anti-Israel, anti-Semitic hate rallies.
Oh, really? Don't you think maybe you should lower the temperature, Mr. President?
Jimmy, lower the temperature. It's getting too meta-heated. This is a perfect opportunity for me. Aside from my obvious mental and physical decline, the main source of my dwindling poll numbers is my stance on the war in Gaza.
Yeah, many of us feel like you're aiding and abetting a literal genocide.
Lower Anyway, if we can tether pro-Palestinian sentiment to the specter of political violence that many centrist voters fear, including a random dork shooting at Donald Trump's ear, that could be a winning formula, equating human rights in Gaza with chaos and murder.
Mr. President, this is the most shameful political tactics at Nixon's Southern strategy. He preyed on racist fears to gain political leverage, just like you're doing.
Well, it fucking worked, didn't it? Also, lower the temperature. What you were saying is offensive to our racist friends in the GOP. But fine, we'll put a pin in that and circle back around. But let's take it from another angle. Preserving my legacy.
Your legacy.
My legacy.
Yeah.
If I go down in flames in November, which everybody but me seems certain of, my legacy will be tainted by my refusal to contain Netanyahu's genocide. If we can spin that refusal as a reaction to political violence or hateful rhetoric, it just might work.
No, it won't. I can assure you, the time for cobbling together a new political coalition for you is past. I mean, who's advising you on this?
Nobody. My aides have pretty much checked out, man.
Yeah.
When I see any of them anymore, they're usually staring pensively out of a window.
Yeah.
So me and Hunter came up with this shit all by ourselves.
Yeah, I bet. Very impressive. Just pulling Hail Marys at this point, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I can barely stand or form a sentence. Might as well go for broke, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just beg of you on your show, just keep the temperature low. Enough with the divisive rhetoric. It leads to violence.
Like a grazed air violence or literal genocide violence?
All right, that's just disgusting. Over the line. You're hopeless. Dedicated to high temperature. Divisive rhetoric. You, my friend, will never have the integrity of a Jack Black.
Hey, I'll see you on tour in Las Vegas, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. In Chicago, it's stand-up and a live panel show. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets, and make sure you go to jimmydore.com.